Okay, welcome back to the Dublin Academy of Maths. Now, this is the code for this, so it's Leaving Cert Ordinary Level Maths, and it's Series 5. I'm on Episode 2, and it's Paper 1, the Leaving Cert, and it's Sequences and Series. Okay, then now today we're looking at an arithmetic series, and I'm denoted by AS. Okay, so AS, an arithmetic series, is a common constant difference of a plus or a minus. Okay, now what does that mean to you? It means, let's have a look at a few numbers here. So we have these numbers here coming along, an array of numbers, and they're in this position. Okay, so that's T1, T2 and T3. Okay, now in other words, the first term, the second term and the third term of this. So it has started here and it's continuing on. Okay, now what's the difference? So what's the difference between 7 and 13? 6. What's the difference between 13 and 19? 6, and it's plus 6. Okay, and it can be a minus if it's going down. Okay, but so D is equal to 6. So in other words, there's a common constant difference. Okay, of plus 6 here. So I can predict the next one. I know that the next one is 19 plus 6 is 25. Okay, so D is equal to 6, and A is the first term, 7. Okay, so just letting you know that when you're doing some questions later on, I'm going to introduce you to a formula, and the formula goes like this: Tn, and you have to remember this, is equal to A plus n minus 1 times D. Okay, now A is the first term of a sequence, D is the difference, and n usually you don't know, but sometimes you're giving n because n is related to the term. Okay, so n will be related here. So what's the third term? So you'd put in 3 for t of 3, for example. But in this case, they usually they leave n undisclosed. Okay, most of the time. So we're going to have a look at a sequence of numbers, right? So we've got it, and this is we've got 5, 11, 17. Now you can decide yourself that that is actually an arithmetic series, okay, because there's a difference of 6 here. So let's get used to it. What's the difference? D is equal to, yeah, so 5 from 11 is 6, and A is equal to the first term, which is 5. Now I can use these values here, and I can pot them in here, okay, and I can give an equation that will give this a kind of a name. Okay, in other words, that if the term satisfies this equation, it's on this equation, it's on that series. Now let's go ahead and do the question. So the question would be, say, find Tn. Okay, so find Tn. Okay, so Tn. But first time you see the word arithmetic series in a question, you automatically put out your formula. Okay, so A is 5 plus n we don't know, minus 1, and we know D, which is 6. Okay, so we multiply them across, so that becomes 5 plus, and we multiply everything in there by 6. Okay, so that becomes 6n minus 6. Now you can see that they have come from here. Okay, and now I ended up with an equation here, and it becomes 6n minus 1. Okay, so this is what this equation has been now is affiliated with this. In other words, they're related. Okay, and now this has described, it's like a name, it has given this sequence a name. Okay, and you have every number on this sequence has to satisfy this equation. Okay, so n is the number, n is the term. Okay, very good. Now it says find t of 20. Now don't forget, you write your whatever you have on the side, so you know when you're looking for them, you know where they are. Okay, so it says now find t of 20. Okay, so finding t of 20. Well, I know my formula. Okay, so I put it in there. So t of n is equal to 6n minus 1, so t of 20, which is equal to, or implies that we put in 20 for n. So 6 times 20 minus 1 is 120 minus 1, which is 119. Okay. So now you've seen that now I can, because of this original question, which was 5, 5, 11 and 17, just because of this series now, through a few equations, the first equation, which is the arithmetic progression or series sequence formula, you can find out all this and you can derive a nice little formula to suit that, okay, to suit this equation. So, and you can put in your terms. You can find out what is the 20th term along here, okay? You understand? The 20th term will be 119, okay? Now to find the number of terms, so let's make this equal to 119. So let's say Tn, we'll make it equal to 6n minus 1 is equal to 119. Okay, so we don't know what term it is. Do you see what I'm trying to do here? Okay, I'm trying to get you to realize that you can go back and forward on this. Okay, so 6n is equal to minus 1, bring it across, 120. N is equal to 620 over 6, which is equal to 20. So n term is 20. Do you understand? So that means that the t of 20 will give you 119. Okay. Now I hope that's very clear to you on those aspects. But you know, once you start doing the questions, which I've said often enough is the most important part of this program. Now, find Tn of the nth term of each of the following. Okay, now you have your A, you have your D, and then you just automatically you put it into the formula. Okay, the AES formula. Okay. So we have these numbers. Find Tn of the arithmetic sequence. So it has mentioned arithmetic sequence. Bingo. The first thing you do is Dn is equal to A plus n minus 1 times D. Okay. That's the first thing you should be doing. Putting that down. Okay. And then you can fill in your terms. Now find T of 10, find T of 40. Okay. I've shown you how to do it. Which term of the sequence is 215? The AS arithmetic sequence. So now you make it equal to. You get your original formula, you make it equal to. And I think you have enough there to work on. Okay, so remember, if you do those questions, you will go far. Thank you.